How ransomware bypass the security. We have talked about the process or the life cycle of ransomware from start to stop. But the question is how the ransomware percolate or penetrate the system even though we have measures in place. So let's take a dive into this. The bypass mechanism used by ransomware includes abuse of stolen credentials. Then these credentials are used to install malicious softwares, applications, and even modify configuration files to suit the attacker's requirement. Code signing. The malware is signed with trusted digital signature. The code signing is the practice of cryptographically signing software to prove that the application is a legitimate application and not malicious software. Therefore, the operating system trusts the code. Privilege escalation. It provides a normal user with more power on the system than required, which means now with escalated privileges, an attacker can execute more jobs, deploy more apps, create backdoor entries, etc. Few of the examples of privilege escalation may include exploits such as Uac Bypass Exploit, where Uac stands for User Account Control, is a security feature of Windows that works by limiting what a standard user can do until an administrator authorizes a temporary increase of privilege. It utilizes the Trust Publisher certificate through process injection. It will spawn a second shell that has the Uac flag turned off. Second one being CVE 2018-8453. It exists in Windows, also known as Win32k, elevation of privilege vulnerability. Next is Eternal Blue. It is based on multiple vulnerabilities in Windows implementation of SMB protocol. It contains an inter-process communication share, also known as IPC dollar, that allows a null session. This means that the connection is established via anonymous logging and null session is allowed by default. Replace techniques. Here, the ransomware will encrypt victim files and will replace them with encrypted data that uses a flaw in Windows filter driver and anti-malware solution. Process hiding technique. It is used to evade antivirus solutions dubbed process doppelganging that involves spawning a new instance of legitimate process and replacing the legitimate code with malicious one. Unpopular programming language Pure Basic. Ransomware written in Pure Basic provides benefit to the attacker as security vendors struggle to generate reliable detection signatures for the malicious software written in this language. Reboot PC in safe mode. Some ransomware such as Snatch ransomware reboots PC into safe mode to bypass protection that is provided by the operating system and the applications. Anonymity and hiding. There are two factors that make the ransomware attack successful, and they being, first thing is anonymity. By that, the attacker remains anonymous using techniques such as Tor Onion network, staying behind the proxy or VPNs. Also, he uses cryptocurrency, which again remain anonymous way of transferring money, and he also uses ransomware as a service option where he does not directly come into picture and the service provider, that is the RAS provider, remains the front end. However, even this provider remains anonymous. The second one being hiding. There are multiple ways of doing it. Either in the entries of the registries of Windows system, hiding in system files, in temporary files of the operating system, or in the .lng files, which are the shortcuts or link used by Windows as a reference to the original file, folders, etc. Also, hiding in Microsoft Office macros, where macros are small programs to execute a specific functions within a large program. And inside an innocent looking JPG file. A JPG file contains embedded zip archives, with most antivirus solutions do not pursue this type of a file as a threat and therefore do not interrupt the download